I am so happy to be standing here today in memorial. 3T sounds pretty good. He's retired. My buddy Mark Morial, who has been a dear friend of mine for my entire life, and who was a spectacular mayor of the city of New Orleans, is doing transformational things as president of the National Urban League. And I wanted to thank him for the commitment that he and his family have made to the welfare of the city of New Orleans and to the betterment of our nation. So Mark, thank you so much for everything that you do. I appreciate it very much. To Warren Logan, who's with us, to my friend Nolan Rollins, who has become a great leader on the ground in our city for the Urban League. Nolan not only led our search for a police chief, but also accepted my invitation to be the chairman of our Louis Armstrong International Airport, one of the largest economic generators in the city. And on top of that, has helped us rebuild the economy of the city of New Orleans. Nolan talked about the work that the Urban League did with the jobs in this building, but what he neglected to tell you was that they were also the point person for a major nationwide initiative that began here with Goldman Sachs, where the Urban League and Goldman Sachs in the city of New Orleans have partnered to actually grow jobs with small businesses, and Nolan led that effort. So he is a great leader, Mr. Mayor, and a great partner in the city of New Orleans. Nolan, thank you so much. And of course, thank you to the sponsors. This wouldn't be possible without them. But I have to talk about my friend John Hofmeister, who was president of Shell when Katrina hit. When that cataclysmic event took place, and the world gasped at the possibility of losing one of the great cities of all time, Shell was the first group of individuals to actually step up and say that we're going to give back right away. The Jazz Festival, which is the iconic event that represents all that's good about New Orleans, could not have taken place at that particular time had Shell and that particular guy not said, I'm going back and making it happen. And Shell has been a continued aggressive presence in the city of New Orleans. They have 1,000 people down the street, and they have just been great partners for us, so I thank them as well. The Urban League occupies a very special place for the city of New Orleans, as you can tell, and for the nation. Just this event itself allows us to do for the nation, which we think we do better than anybody else, that Mark and his father and my father helped create, which is the #1 sports entertainment convention destination in America. We have hosted in the city in the last 6 months 12 of the largest events that this nation has ever seen, one of which would be big enough for any city, but we did them all. And we did them in a short period of time, and this is the coup de grace. This event that brings over 5,000 to 7,000 individuals from all over the country gives us the opportunity to show off what we do best. And Mr. Mayor, you are standing in a building which represents what the recovery of New Orleans is all about. This Hyatt, which used to be facing towards the Superdome, figured out a way not to build itself back like it was, but to build itself in a way that it always could be. And Michael Smith and the Hyatt and the Pritzker family have all come back and put the nicest state-of-the-art Hyatt in America here, and you brought the best convention that we've had in town, and I thank you for that. On top of that, all of you know, Essence was here a couple of weeks ago. It was a huge event. Essence bills itself as a party with a purpose. Well, the Urban League is a meeting with a purpose. And this purpose this week is really of one critical importance. And we talk about urban America. There is no city in America that best exemplifies what it looks like when the President of the United States works closely with the mayor, when the private sector and the faith-based sector and the not-for-profit sector come together to actually rebuild the capacity and the opportunities for men and women that represent the best that America has to offer. New Orleans has become this nation's most immediate laboratory for innovation and change, whether it's reconstructing the police department, which you saw yesterday, announcing the consent decree with the Attorney General, or the healthcare delivery system, or our basic infrastructure, or our schools. New Orleans, with the help of the rest of the nation, President Obama, particularly leading that charge, is finding a way to show America how to find herself again. And there's nobody that understands that truly better than your president, President Mark Morial, who has done just an unbelievable job being a voice for the urban agenda in America. So, Mr. Mayor, we are thrilled to have you. Thank you for everything that you all have done, and I hope we have a great time. God bless you.